Hello, it is Busy Bee Sewing Challenge results day for Challenge 1. Hopefully you saw the reveal episode where we shared with you the patterns that we sent each other and what we were going to sew. If you haven't seen them, I have made a playlist and you can go and see all of the Busy Bee challenges in there and what they were sent. The lovely Christine sent me my pattern, which was, and I'll put it here, the Closet Core Sepia trousers, or sepia pants I think they call them. The wonderful Christine stuck the pattern together for me, having printed it out. She is a better person than I. I have had a great time sewing up the challenge that she gave me, and today I'm going to share with you the results, talk you through my thoughts and feelings about them, and also tell you about Challenge 2. Christine and I are also hoping, a bit sort of Patrick Esme style, to have a little chat through everybody's results once we've had them revealed. Christine and I don't know how everyone else's has gone, and we're looking forward to seeing the results today just like you are. So let's get started with my results. As I mentioned, Christine sent me the Closet Core Sepia pants. I love their instructions, and there is a wonderful, and I'll put it here, comprehensive set of measurements you can take to try and determine what is the right size for you. And for me, I often do grade out a little bit at the waist, but I am 5'2", so I do try and take account of that when I'm looking at the pattern as well. I'm going to hold off for a second showing you how they've turned out, but what I would say is that I have used a Closet Core pattern before and struggled a bit with the instructions. On this occasion, I would highly recommend the instructions. They were very clear. The visuals were about 80% successful for me in understanding them. Sometimes they would have like an overlay and it was hard to understand how it fitted in, but generally I would say that the instructions were very good, which led to me creating what the picture was. But let's see how they turned out. So right now I'm putting a video in here of me wearing them. The first video that you can see is when I first put them on, having mostly sewn them up. I hadn't finished the hem and I had not done any sort of adjustments or anything, and as you can see, they looked huge on me. They fitted perfectly around the waist, around the bottom a perfect fit, but at the front it was like a loose bagging, as if there was too much as it came the front curve. I don't know the technical names. The length, even though I'd taken 2 or 3 inches off, was still too long, and I think in this picture here I'd even cut a bit more off. And the pockets, because I am 5'2", the pockets swamped me. Now, as I said a few minutes ago, Closet Core was super clear about all the measurements, including like the crotch curve, length and everything, so I did really carefully read and measure everything before I cut. But as usual, I would rather something came out bigger because it's easier to adjust. But they were really a lot bigger. Now I've looked at Christine's, and Christine, I have a question for you. First of all, how tall are you? And secondly, how much did you take off the bottom? Because I've looked at Christine's pictures, and Christine, you don't look like a really, really tall lady. So unless your pictures don't represent you well, you don't look extremely tall. So I would love to know, how much did you take off the bottom? Because looking at the pictures, they're meant to be a crop. I was about to lose all the wonderful ankle darts. So at the bottom, and I'll put a close-up picture here, at the bottom of the trouser, at the front and back, is like a downward dart to like bring the cuff of the trouser in. Well, I ended up losing almost all of that dart when I cut them to a better length. So Christine, tell me please, what were your thoughts and experiences on this? The other thing for me, even though I made the adjustment in the leg where the leg adjustment line was, the length and shorten line, it has meant that for me the knee dart is below my knee. So when I make that again, I would definitely move that up. There is an adjust and lengthen line in the crotch area, like above there as well, but I can't do that because, as I've told you before, I have a round bottom. That would bring the knee dart up, but I can't do that, so I need to adjust the knee dart myself in the pattern. Christine, I've also looked at the picture of you, and the pockets don't look like they swamp you, but when I first put them on, both my partner and my friend, who I sent a picture to keep it secret from everyone else, said the pockets were just too big on me. So I did make an adjustment. So I'm going to put a close picture in now of what I did to the pockets. I loved the double layer of the pocket curve with another one, and I really liked that. But I had to take the outer width in and hide it to ensure that the pockets didn't swamp me as much. In future versions of this, I am going to overall scale down the pocket slightly so they don't look like they swamp me. If you are a 5'6" or above person, I think the pockets would be more in proportion with your body, but for me they just absolutely looked like I was wearing someone else's trousers. The waist was perfect. I didn't used to be a fan of a paper bag waist, but post breast reduction I have actually got a bit of distance between my bust and my waist now, and I was surprised how good the paper bag waist looked. I wasn't prepared for me to like the paper bag waist. I'm going to put some video in now of them now that the trousers, once I've done the adjustments. So I took about an inch off the width a long way down apart from the waist and the hips. I shortened them by about a total of 4 more inches, re-sewed the darts at the base, the cuff darts. I really like the cuff facing that goes on because it means you can turn them up, and hid a part of the pocket. Once I've done that, I think you'll agree, and I'll do a quick before after now. I think you'd agree that they look more like they belong to me. I don't look so swamped in them. They are still quite loose, I have to say, but they are a perfect summer trouser. I've already worn them. They're that sort of cool but warm, where this like weather we're having in the UK at the moment, which is cloudy, rainy, sunny, cloudy, rainy, sunny. 1 minute you're warm, 1 minute you're cool. These are the perfect trouser. Now, I actually made them out of a fabric that no one except myself recommended in my reveal video. Thank you to everyone who gave lovely suggestions of which fabric to use, and that doesn't mean I won't make future pairs in those fabric, but I actually went for the vintage curtains that I'd found in a charity shop because I felt that I wouldn't be overly sad if they went wrong, but I also felt it was a perfect summer fabric. They've been washed many times, so they are super soft. And when I was cutting out the trousers, I found the label, which I'll put in now, from 1979, this fabric. So there is bits of fading where the curtains have been in the sunlight, but you can't really tell. And I patterned placed it enough that the worst bit of fading was around the crotch area. No one's getting close and looking at that. So overall, Christine, thank you for sending me this pattern. I probably would have never chosen it myself. I would have avoided it because of paper bag waist, and I'm glad that you encouraged me to do this one by sending it to me because I was surprised how much I liked it. It is a great trouser, Christine, and I can see why you've made it multiple times. I love your apple green ones, and I keep thinking about making a pair. I'm already sewing a second pair, and I will include a picture sort of now of where I've got to with those. Because I am 5'2", I can get it out of a lot less material than Closet Core says. So I managed to squeeze the second pair out of, I think, 2 meters of fabric. It was creative cutting, but I did it. And I have done a slight contrast in one of the pockets. In the second pair, as I said, I have scaled down the pockets and I'm moving the knee dart as well. But I've loved this challenge. I've loved sewing a pair of trousers that I probably wouldn't have chosen. I'm delighted that they came into my life at that perfect moment when we're having such changeable weather, and I have already worn them enough that I needed to wash them, that I will be wearing them again. I'm going to put some video in now while I'm just doing the last bit of styling them. Because of the colour I chose for summer, they're so easy to style with other things. And I do have some of the fabric left, and I'm thinking of making a little jacket to go with them, because I think it could look really sort of quite nice together, and almost like sort of, don't know, like smart casual but great sort of summer outfit. And in this UK weather, you always need a bit of a cover up when it gets a bit fresh when the sun goes in. So if you're looking for a pair of trousers with an elasticated waist that have some lovely details, then I'd highly recommend them. I've learned techniques that I've not used before, the cuff at the bottom, the knee dart, the darts coming down to the bottom of the trouser, the lovely double pocket. So Christine, an amazing choice, and I don't know what Patrick and Esme would think, but I'm really excited to hear what Christine thinks. She hasn't seen the result either, but overall, I'm very happy. So now on to challenge 2. So challenge 2 is a refashion, and we have some rules which I'll put up now, and the refashion has to use the majority of the fabric of the item that we're picking. We may use bits like in the sewing bee from the haberdashery, but the majority needs to be of the refashion item. It can be bought from a charity shop already in our wardrobe, and I'm going to share with you now a couple of items that I might work with, and you can help me in the comments below decide which one I go with. So I've got a selection here for you to help me decide which of these I should do for challenge 2, the refashion. So item number 1 is a Zara polka dot, I want to say linen. I'll hold it up close. It feels a bit linen-y. Let's have a look, see if there's a label. It's a shirt dress. Here we go, let's have a look at the label. Yes, 52% linen, 48% cotton. So it's a linen cotton blend. It's a shirt dress, so it has a collar, buttons all the way down, has a slight sort of kick out from the waist, and is long sleeve. I can't do it up around the waist anymore, but I don't want to get rid of it. I love polka dots. I love this fabric, and it's still in very good condition. And so this is refashion item number 1. I've got some thoughts. I could use this vast amount of fabric at the bottom to cut something completely different out. I could separate the top and then add something else, or I could find a way to make it fit more. I could make a pair of shorts or something with the bottom half, and then try and do a little top with the top. There's plenty of fabric here to use, and the fact that there is already the button placket all the way down does allow maybe for a contrasting pattern to be added in. So that's item 1. Remember, if you want to tell me in the comments, this is item 1. Item number 2 is a dress, but it's a completely different fabric. Might be a theme here. It's another button one, but it only buttons at the top, and then lots and lots of fabric. This is a blue polka dot. It's a company that no longer exists called Lindy Bop. It does not look right on me. It kind of fits, but the waist doesn't sit in a good place. It has a lining, so the whole of the skirt has a blue lining as well. There's a huge amount of fabric available in this. It's got a side zip, and this is definitely not cotton or linen. This feels man-made to me. So let's have a look, see if we can find a label, and then I can tell you what it's made of. Here we go. So this is 100% polyester. This one I felt like maybe some culottes. I don't know whether I can still fit in the top part. I'll put a picture in. It just doesn't feel right on me anymore. So it could become many things because of all the fabric, but that would be a major refashion, that one. That's item number 2 if you're voting for that one. And then the third option is 2 shirts. There's a black one and a tiger print one. Now I've seen some wonderful things done with combining 2 shirts together. You may have seen my video I did where I actually, in my summer plans, and then I've shared it since, I took 2 vintage St Michael pleated skirts and joined them together. I would like a bit more of a refashion challenge for this than just combining the 2 shirts in half, but there's lots of potential for swapping sleeves over, stripes down, but what I've got is 2 shirts. This tiger one is, I think, is it tiger? Yeah, I think it's a tiger print, isn't it? It's pretty big on me, particularly since my reduction. This one fits a bit better. They're both a similar type. I think they're both like a cotton shirting type fabric. Let's have a look. That one's 100% viscose, actually, very soft. And this one is a vintage one. And it's so vintage, can't read the label really anymore. I can see the word number 100, but that's gone. I'll hold that up. There's the vintage label, still got the button on, but that is mostly unreadable. I can definitely see the number 100%, but then I can't see what it is. So those 2 could be some interesting shirt, maybe shirt into dress. I don't know if there's enough fabric to go all the way into dress, but remember, it has to be, the challenge has to be the majority of this fabric. You can grab a few scraps and things. So what could I do with those? So that's item number 3. Please drop a comment below if you'd like to suggest which one of those should be for my refashion challenge for challenge 2. I hope you've enjoyed the reveal of Busy Bees challenge 1, the results. I can't wait to see what everyone else has done. I'll be coming straight off here and going over to watch theirs. I hope you enjoy seeing how everyone else has done too. Thank you, bye.